Welcome to the neuroplastic escape. If you are here, you know the truth. You are not just heartbroken, you are exhausted. You are intelligent, successful, and capable, yet you find yourself trapped in a vicious, exhausting cycle. The late night scrolling, the constant profile checking, the feeling that your emotional peace is tied to the glow of a screen. You've been told to just move on or love yourself, but that advice has failed you. Why? Because the problem is not a lack of willpower. The problem is neurological. Over the next minutes, I will show you the HeartLab Protocol, a science-backed 30-day intervention that uses neuroplasticity to literally rewire your brain. You will learn how to dismantle the addiction, sever the trauma bond, and reclaim your emotional autonomy. This is the blueprint for a life where your mind is a sanctuary, not a battleground. I need to issue a warning. What I'm about to show you may contradict every piece of self-help advice you've ever consumed. My goal is not to comfort you. My goal is to provide clarity and a clinical roadmap. This is a protocol, not therapy. Stay until the end, and I will give you the exact framework to start rewiring your brain today. This is for the person with anxious attachment who is tired of emotional ambivalence, who needs a protocol, a set of non-negotiable daily actions to enforce the mental boundaries you desperately crave. If you seek scientific structure over superficial affirmations, you are in the right place. Myth number 1, you just need time. This is the biggest lie. Time alone does not heal. Intentional action rewires. If you are not actively pruning the neural pathway of obsession, your brain, through long-term potentiation, is strengthening it every time you ruminate or check a profile. Time is your enemy without a protocol. Myth number 2, it's a matter of willpower. No, it's a matter of chemistry. When you feel the urge to check their profile, your amygdala, the fear center, is sounding the alarm. This triggers a flood of cortisol, the stress hormone. The act of checking releases a microdose of dopamine, which momentarily lowers the cortisol. Your brain learns that obsession is a survival mechanism. You can't out-willpower a survival mechanism. You have to replace it. The person you are obsessed with is not your soulmate. They are your intermittent reinforcement mechanism. Think of it as a neurological slot machine. Sometimes you get a little reward, sometimes you get nothing. This unpredictability creates the strongest form of addiction. This is the trauma bond, a cycle of reward and pain that keeps your dopamine system pathologically engaged. This mechanism is why you cannot simply stop without a dedicated structure. The only way out is not through emotion, but through a structured 30-day neurological intervention to force your prefrontal cortex, your executive function, to override the amygdala. We must systematically interrupt the cortisol-dopamine cycle using behavioral science. This is the foundation of the protocol and what makes it clinically effective. The HeartLab 30-day protocol is the step-by-step map to rebuild your brain. It is divided into 4 clinically structured phases, directly sourced from the workbook itself. Phase 1, radical disconnection, days 1 through 7. The goal here is digital shock. We are starving the dopamine system. Day 1 is the nuclear option, complete blocking and digital silence. This is not about being petty, it's about establishing a clean synaptic break. You cannot rewire a circuit while still feeding it intermittent rewards. The protocol mandates a physical separation from the device during trigger hours to enforce the pruning of the old pathways. Phase 2, cognitive restructuring, days 8 through 14. This phase targets the narrative. Your brain has filtered the relationship through fantasy. We use exercises based on CBT and distress tolerance to challenge your cognitive distortions. For example, we stop mind reading, assuming what they feel, and replace it with factual, observable evidence. This focus effort weakens the trauma bond's hold on your memory. Phase 3, autonomy activation, days 15 through 21. The anxious attached mind seeks validation externally. This phase reverses that. We redirect the energy you wasted obsessing toward mastery and self-efficacy. Every hour you spend on a personal project instead of ruminating is an hour spent building a new, healthy neural pathway. We implement secure boundary scripts and the secure check-in to ensure your brain learns that safety comes from within. Phase 4, the secure foundation, days 22 through 30. This is the maintenance mandate. The new pathways are fragile. We use techniques for mindfulness and self-compassion to make the changes stick. We build your secure anchor, a rapid, pre-wired script to interrupt anxiety in seconds. By day 30, you've not just healed from one person, you've fundamentally changed your attachment operating system. You now have the full tools for relapse prevention outlined in the ebook. You now have the scientific diagnosis. You understand the trauma bond, the dopamine trap, and the power of neuroplasticity. You have two options. Try to apply these concepts manually, without a map, risking relapse, or use the proven 30-day protocol. The HeartLab 30-day protocol ebook is that map. It is the full, actionable workbook. It includes 30 days of explicit, non-negotiable tasks, neuroscientific tips for every action, the complete diagnosis, the relapse prevention blueprint, and the clinical glossary. This ebook is the complete surgical intervention you need to create that fundamental brain change. Given the density of the clinical content and the fact that this replaces months of expensive, unfocused therapy, the standard retail price for this protocol is $97. But because you have invested minutes in your own healing today, I am offering it to you now for a one-time, time-limited price of just $49. Click the link below this video right now to secure the HeartLab 30-day protocol for only $49. If you complete the protocol exactly as written and do not experience a measurable reduction in obsessive thoughts, I will refund your money. You have nothing to lose but the obsession. Your emotional autonomy is waiting. Click the link now and start rewiring your brain today.